We have got so much to talk about tonight. Kash Patel drunk dials his lawyer. Jordan Klepper talks to young Republicans. And the Labor Secretary resigns to spend more time with her very weird family. So let's get into it with another edition of The Worst Wing.
What a bunch of losers.
Let's begin with Kash Patel, FBI director and man who starts every day by looking in the mirror and saying, "Freeze! Freeze! FBI! Freeze!" In his tenure as FBI director, he's almost solved dozens of cases. But this time, the case is about him.
FBI Director Kash Patel is now suing for defamation over a bombshell new article. Sources told the magazine The Atlantic that Patel, quote, has alarmed colleagues with episodes of excessive drinking and unexplained absences. He wants $250 million in damages.
$250 million? Our Kash Patel? Excessive drinking? I can't imagine such a thing. I mean, yeah, he does always have the look of a drunk guy trying to convince you he's sober. But I've never seen him actually drink. Although, now that I think about it, there was that one time. Yes, I remember my first 10,000th beer. I guess in retrospect, if a room full of 21-year-old concussed hockey players thinks you're a good hang, you probably shouldn't be in charge of the FBI. You probably shouldn't even be in charge of the rental skates at the rink. By the way, fun fact, Kash was already in there drinking. He didn't even know the Olympics were happening. That's why he was so happy when the hockey team showed up. But so what? The guy parties when Team USA wins a gold medal. That's not worth $250 million. How bad are these accusations?
On multiple occasions in the past year, members of Patel's security detail had difficulty waking him because he was seemingly intoxicated. At one point, the article claims even prompting a request for SWAT-style breaching equipment because the director had been unreachable behind locked doors.
Okay, I mean, that sounds pretty bad. Look, I've been hungover, but I've never been so hungover they had to wake me up the same way they killed bin Laden. What else you got?
During Patel's tenure as FBI director, the FBI has had to reschedule early meetings as a, quote, result of his alcohol-fueled nights, adding that Director Patel is often away or unreachable. The story also goes on to report Patel is a frequent guest of the Poodle Room at the Fontainebleau Hotel in Las Vegas, Nevada.
Okay. It is a little weird that a man whose job is in Washington, D.C. also frequently goes to something called the Poodle Room in Las Vegas, but I'm sure the Poodle Room is a distinguished, respectable, hypoallergenic social club where important men network and exchange ideas. So it's a Coke den. Ladies, if you want to get an STD on a circular waterbed, might I recommend meeting a gentleman at the Poodle Room? Imagine you're this guy at the Poodle Room just having a good time with your shirt unbuttoned all the way, and all of a sudden you're like, is that the FBI director throwing up on himself? And there's more in this article than just stories about Kash drinking. There's also stories about him being stupid and a little high-strung.
Back on April 10th, Patel had trouble logging on to an internal computer system.
It was just a technical glitch, but Patel quickly became convinced he had been locked out, and he panicked, frantically calling aides and allies to announce he had been fired by the White House.
Whoa! Calm down, Kash. How paranoid are you if the moment you have trouble logging into your computer, you think you got fired? Oh, no, they fired me. Get me on a plane to China. I'm going to tell them all my secrets. I hate this country and everybody in it. Oh, wait, I just had the caps lock on. Everything's cool. God, I need a drink. But it is concerning that the guy who's supposed to be the country's top investigator can't crack the case of logging into his own computer. No wonder he's pissed off. What else does he have to say about this article?
We are not going to take this laying down. You want to attack my character? Come at me. Bring it on.
Yeah, that's right. He's not going to take this laying down, because then they'd have to get the SWAT team in to wake him up. But now, as a part of his lawsuit, Kash argues that under his leadership, the FBI has achieved historic law enforcement results, which, even if that were true, doesn't prove anything. People can accomplish incredible things when they're drunk. If Tiger Woods can successfully park in a ditch, then Kash Patel can be like, hey, go arrest some bad guys. Hell, I'm a little drunk right now, and I think we all agree I'm f***ing nailing it. You see? Moving on. I'm really glad you responded that way. It would have been awkward otherwise. Moving on. Let's say hello to Labor Secretary Lori Chavez-DeRemer. She's one of the more obscure cabinet secretaries, but it's never too late to get to know her.
Lori Chavez-DeRemer has resigned.
Damn it! Not you too, Lori. It's always the ones you never heard of. But that's right. Secretary Lori has resigned over a scandal. And if you're wondering which scandal, the answer is yes.
Her departure comes amid multiple scandals and investigations, including drinking on the job, allegedly taking staff to a strip club, and using department resources for personal trips. Chavez-DeRemer is also accused of having an affair with a member of her security team.
What the hell? Was she going through her workplace anti-harassment training like challenge accepted? But taking your staff to strip clubs, really? I can't think of a more inappropriate place for a government official to be spending their time. Well, maybe a strip club isn't so bad after all. But before you jackals in the media go tearing Lori down just because she knows how to party, don't forget, this woman has a family. Have a little respect for what her husband is going through.
Her husband also in hot water. He was banned from the department's headquarters earlier this year after 2 women accused him of sexual misconduct.
What? My boy was banned from his wife's office for sexual harassment? I've heard of men cheating while their wives were at work. I've never heard of a man cheating at his wife's work. This guy's unreal. And to do it all with resting, I'm gonna sniff your neck face, that's so impressive. Well, this cannot get worse for Lori. I can't imagine anything more embarrassing than your staff being sexually harassed at work by your husband.
The New York Times reports that the secretary's husband, quote, exchanged text messages with young female staff members, as did her father.
Holy shit! Her dad? They're saying her dad is trying to tag team his daughter's staff with his son-in-law? Well, no wonder she's drinking at work. No. This must be a misunderstanding.
In an April 2025 exchange, Richard Chavez wrote to a young female staff member, quote, hearing you are in town, wishing you would let me know, I could have made some excuses to get out and show you around. Please keep this private.
Don't worry, buddy. No one's ever gonna see this. Lori's probably like, God damn it, Dad, now you know how to use your phone? This is creepy and disgusting and also such a classic parent text. Even when they're being perverts, they're like, well, it would have been nice for you to give me a heads up you're coming to town. But this is crazy. There's no way Lori knew about her husband and her dad, right? Right?
Some of the young women were instructed by the labor secretary herself to, quote, pay attention to her husband and father.
Wow. the labor secretary heard Kash Patel had a scandal, and she's like, hold my beer. And my wine, and my stack of dollar bills, and my dad's penis. Now look, I'm as surprised as you are that an upstanding businessman like Donald Trump only seems to hire corrupt perverts and messy drunks. But until more Americans come to realize that Donald Trump is the human equivalent of the poodle room, we're going to be stuck with this type of representation. And until then, the Department of Labor is going to need to make some big updates to their HR training video, which luckily we have an advanced copy of.
If you've reached this part of the video, then you've completed HR training. Congratulations, new cabinet secretary. And now it's time, thanks to recent stupid events, to bring in your husband. Let's start with rule number 1. No one wants to you. No one's going to the cabinet job thinking, oh, you know what? I hope I see my boss's husband's gross dick today. If you can't help yourself, there are over 20,000 bathrooms in federal buildings. Go jack off in the mint, you psycho, okay? Now send in a father. Okay, fathers, rule number 1. No one wants to you. How much porn do you have to watch to think, oh yeah, I have a real shot at my daughter's coworkers? Maybe one of them will get stuck in the copy machine and need me to bang them out of it. Let's do some role play. I'm you at your daughter's office. Hi, nice to meet you. Wrong. You should not have even been there in the first place. Why are you at your daughter's office? Last time I checked, there's no take your horny father to work day. If you have to off, do it at the mint with your son-in-law. Now please send in your pets. Who's a good boy? You're a good boy. But no one wants to you.